Hello everyone, and welcome to season 5 of Weekend Reflections with Tsungi. It's been quite a while. Thank you for joining us. Now this season, I promise you, we're going to have so many exciting topics and guests. In fact, today we're starting on a very, very high note with a powerhouse of a lady. I promise you, she's so amazing. She's got so much to offer the world, and you'll see why I'm saying that just now. So sit back, get a snack and a drink, and relax. So with no further ado, let me introduce my guest. Welcome to the show, Pamela.
Thank you so much, Tsungi. I'm so excited to be here.
I am as well. It's such an honor.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. I'm just excited because I've seen your other shows, and yeah, I just feel so privileged to be handpicked to be part of this show.
Thank you so much. Now,
Yeah.
Pamela, I just want the audience to kind of understand your background and know who Pamela is. Tell us your full name, where you come from, anything you'd like us to know before we move into your story.
Okay, great. Thank you, Tsungi. So I'm Pamela Gwanzura. I'm married to one husband and I have 3 boys. And in terms of my profession, I am a marketing and communication specialist. And then in terms of just who Pam is, I'm this, very ordinary girl who loves life, who embraces life, who loves to keep fit, but above all, I'm that person who loves people. I love to interact with people. I love to network. I love to empower women, and I love to mentor, younger people and the next generation. Yeah.
Wonderful, Waffle. There's so much in there.
Yeah.
I like when you talked about getting fit. I think maybe you'll touch on that. I seem to remember seeing all these videos of you keeping fit. Wonderful. Now, I know God has been central to a lot of the things you've been doing. So just take it away. Feel free just to tell us, what has God been doing in your life, and highlight whatever you'd like to. Yeah.
Well, when you actually said, Pam, I need to have you on my podcast, I just, I had so much going through my mind in terms of what should I pick in my life to highlight. And Tsungi, I have to tell you that my life, has been such a tapestry of God's grace.
Wow.
And I honestly was overwhelmed, when I looked back to say, what do I pick?
There was too many things. Spoiled for choice.
Oh, girl, just spoiled for choice. I was just like, Lord, I even, on my way here, I was saying, Lord, just help me zoom in on 1 or 2 things because there's so much. There's so much. But let me start here. When I was 11, my mother passed on. And when my mother passed on, my sister had pledged to my mom that she was going to take care of me.
Okay.
And so when my mother passed on, when I was 11, my sister immediately adopted me. And, I had grown up in Mavuko. Okay. That's where my family, was based. And when my sister took over looking after me, I immediately moved in with her family. And it was so great because her firstborn was the same age as me.
Oh, wonderful.
And so it became like my sister now had twins. Yeah. So when I talk about that bit in terms of my mother passing on, there's an element that says, oh no, but over the years, there's an element that has actually twisted, and it's like, oh, my mother passed on, but oh, yes, because when my mother passed on, my life took a different trajectory. And so how I would coin that blessing is that I would say, the year my mother died, I saw the Lord.
Wow.
That's how I put it.
That right there is so powerful.
Yeah. And Tsungi, if you ask me, why do I say that?
Yeah.
I moved from a Group B school, which was called Donnybrook, and I was moved to a boarding school, which was an A school, called Chancellor.
Oh,
in Mutare.
Mutare,
yes. In Mutare.
So you grew up in Mutare,
so,
part of your life?
Yeah, part of my life, my schooling life. Okay. Yeah. But the highlight there, Tsungi, is that when I got to Mutare, I learned how to swim. I learned how to play hockey. I learned how to play tennis. I learned, a whole lot of athletics. And guess what? In my 2 years at Chancellor, I became part of all the school teams for all these sports. And I became a prefect.
So you were an all-rounder, Pam.
I was an all-rounder.
Wow, it really brought out your potential.
Yeah. But take away, if I had stayed at Donnybrook, I would have never seen any of those opportunities, And so when I look back at it, I look back and I say, you know what? My mother might have left me, but she didn't leave me. She actually, when she left me, she opened me up to other opportunities, which I would have never otherwise had.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So it's that silver lining, Tsungi, that you look back at and you're like, I sometimes picture myself if I had actually just grown the rest of my time or my adult life in Mavuko. And I always say, would I actually still be alive?
Yeah.
That's the question.
That's actually something to reflect on. Your life would have just taken on a different turn, I'm sure.
It would have. It would have. Yeah. So that's one highlight. Then, you were
bored. Was this a boarding school?
It was a boarding school.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you then look at the rest of my high school as well, I was a boarder all the way.
Okay.
Because from Chancellor, I then went to Jameson High School in Kadoma.
Kadoma.
Yes, in Kadoma. I did my Form 1 to Form 4
So you were not really in Harare anymore.
I was not in Harare anymore, and it was okay.
It was okay.
I had gotten used to being a boarder. And it was good for me because it really matured me.
It brings, being a boarder, I don't know, it just teaches you to look after yourself.
It does.
Yeah.
And there's an element of independence
yes,
as well, where
you
become your own person. You learn how to look after your things. You learn how to just be responsible. If you're given pocket money, you learn how to manage it.
It has to last.
If you're given tuck, you know how long it should stretch you. Yeah, so
it's good. It helps you to manage your life.
It really does. It really does. So
Jameson.
And that was also an amazing time because of that sporting skills that I had gained from Chancellor. I carried on with that, and I used to get trophies for being the outstanding tennis player, trophies for hockey, trophies for this and that. So,
what was your favorite sport?
So my real favorite sport while I was at school was actually hockey.
Oh.
Yeah, hockey and tennis.
And tennis.
Yeah. And
those
I always...
people used to call the white sports.
The white sports.
Not basketball, not netball.
No, not nettyball. Not nettyball.
and athletics.
Yeah.
Yeah, netball is the classical one for women, yeah.
It is, yeah. But the interesting thing is that, like for me, I always say to people, to my friends, if I had carried on with my tennis beyond high school, I am sure I would have been a Serena.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Serena.
I promise you I would have, because right now, Tsungi, if you say to me, Pam, let's play tennis, I still ace it.
So why did you not pursue it?
I didn't pursue it beyond high school. Started, going to tertiary, just
focusing on studies and stuff.
Focusing
on life happens.
And then life happens and all that. But it's, particularly tennis, I still go on that court. And when I'm on that court, it always brings back memories. But also, I just find tennis very therapeutic.
So you watch it? Oh, you mean the play?
Day,
really?
Up to this day. I still play.
I think it's a good thing to do, as a hobby.
Yes, it is.
And of course, you follow tennis.
Oh yeah,
Wimbledon,
I do.
The whole lot.
Well, not
really,
avidly, not avidly.
Okay.
But I do, whenever I have pockets of time, I do watch. Yeah, okay. I do watch. Yeah, but then beyond that, I wanted to just touch also on a few other things that I wanted to just say. When I'm looking back, I just say, treasures from God. When I got married, it was another very interesting period of my life where I got married to Stanley Gwanzura.
Okay.
Who a lot of people know as Pastor G.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, his name is Stanley.
His name is
Stanley. I think people are going to be shocked. They're going to be shocked.
That's his government name. That's his ID name.
Stanley Gwanzura. So I'm supposing
Stanley Gwanzura.
The G is from Gwanzura.
Is actually from Gwanzura. Yes,
okay.
It is. Okay. It is. Yeah, it is. And so when I look at...
was he already Pastor G when you met him?
Yes. Well, when I met him, he was still Stanley, because I met him when he was just at college.
Okay, he hadn't started pursuing his...
He hadn't started... Well, he was actually...
artist?
He hadn't started pursuing being a recording artist, but he was at theological college actually training to be a pastor.
So he is actually a pastor. It's
He's
not just
actually a real
name.
It's not just
I'm sure some people don't even know that, because I'm sure there are people who also say pastor when just as a
like
like a name,
like comic
out there,
pastor.
comic comic pastor. Yeah.
Yeah.
We never know, hey?
Yeah.
Oh, so
yeah.
he's actually
an
theology.
ordained pastor.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
He actually studied theology. But
and where did you meet?
And we actually met at a youth camp, actually, at a church youth camp.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was just one highlight I wanted to mention, Tsungi, to say, I've got to just, because somehow when I was then just coming through to, to have this time with you, God just said to me that it's a pause button for me, like it's a pause button where, this whole, initiative of yours is like just taking a breather and actually saying thanks to God.
Oh, wow.
For how far He has brought me. And
Ebenezer. Wow.
Yeah, Ebenezer, literally. That's what God put on my heart to say, you know what? It's a pause button to look back and just see that without Him, I wouldn't have been who I am, and I wouldn't be where I am, know. Wow. So this, as I was coming through, it became not just a Tsungi interview, but it became even more because I was like, Tsungi is being used by God to press a pause button, to reflect and just give credit where it's due, and
all the glory.
The credit belongs to, to our Maker. Amen. And so I just wanted to, it became just clear to me that
like
even
a testimony.
A testimony. And so even when I was now just reflecting, it's more like God was just saying, go and tell Tsungi highlights of the things that you're grateful for.
Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
And I like the way you say reflecting, because this show is actually called Weekend Reflections.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So reflecting and looking back and thinking, he's done this. I'm sure he's done countless things for
you. He has. He really has. And so for me, the highlight of my marriage was also the coming of my 3 boys. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And my oldest boy being 26, and his name is Dale. And he's actually a chef.
Oh, I like
he's actually a chef, an avid chef.
Nice.
Yeah. And then the second one is called Jason. And he's 22 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then the last one, wait for it, he's 9.
Oh, okay. Right. Already people I'm not the only one. You're all calculating.
I know.
From 22 to 9?
Yes, there's 13 years
13
difference.
years.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sure you've got a story about that.
Yes. I do, but that's a story for another episode.
For another episode.
But bottom line,
our children are a blessing.
They really,
regardless of the space.
Oh, they really are. They really are. And when you look back, when you're just looking at all 3 boys, each of them are unique in their own ways.
Okay.
And when I look even at the youngest one, I can't imagine life without him, because he just brings a whole, burst of joy and every single day in our lives, Wow. So I'm grateful for that as well.
And he's the one you're going to be left with. What a blessing.
Oh, it's a real blessing, because I always imagine that if he wasn't there, because these other 2 boys are quite grown, we'd probably be saying to each other, me and Stan, hi, I'm Pam and you are?
So I'm sure God was mindful of that and said, no, let me
add a little twist here.
Sarah with them.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so maybe I can also just, give a few highlights in terms of some of the other things I'm grateful for on the career side. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I studied marketing, and when I studied marketing, my first port of call in terms of working was actually in the advertising agency space.
Okay, that sounds exciting.
Yeah. So that was a very fast-paced kind of environment.
Okay.
And I worked here in Zimbabwe, first for an agency that was called Low Lintas.
Okay.
And then secondly, for another big internationally affiliated agency, which was called Backers or Gilvey.
I think
Back in
that
the
one I
day, it
know.
was Barker McCormick.
Yeah, I know that one.
But
I've
then
heard of
it
that one.
became Barker's Ogilvy because of the Ogilvy International
Okay,
affiliation.
yeah, definitely I've heard of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was interesting and that I'm grateful for is that even through that,
Mm-hmm.
I saw a lot of God's grace in my career because when I joined Barker's Ogilvy,
Mm-hmm.
I was just right at the junior space where I was just a media planner and buyer.
Mm-hmm.
And then I rose to become a media manager, and then I rose
Nice.
to become a media director.
Wow, the hand of God, for
The
sure.
hand of God, And when I look back, I just see, from there, I was able to then move to another agency where I became a client services director. And then from there, I was able to move to Botswana.
Oh,
Yeah, where again, it was still the advertising space, but now in Botswana. And I'm
Wow.
thankful for my time in Botswana because it was also eye-opening.
okay.
And while I was in Botswana, the grace of God enabled me to actually learn the language.
Which is what, Tswana?
Which is Setswana.
Setswana.
Yeah. And by the way, when you're in Botswana, you don't really, the locals there love for you to know their language because they'll speak it to you anyway.
So you're forced to.
So you're forced to.
Because you're in our territory now.
Exactly. So I was literally intentional about learning the language. Then I mastered it so well that I started even speaking it and then even interpreting in church sometimes. My friends, when we'd have the ladies' meetings.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, but what it did for me, Tsungi, was that it was a game changer because then, even from a business perspective, the moment you speak Setswana to the Botswanas, they immediately embrace you.
I can imagine.
And even from a business perspective, it's like, oh, Musadi, come in and let's talk, when you're speaking their language.
They probably ended up thinking, those who don't really know you, that you're from there.
They actually, quite a lot of them, I'd have to say I'm Zimbabwean. And they'll be like,
what?
No, you can't be. And I'm like...
And you made the effort.
I made the effort. I made the effort. But it really helped me to make strides in terms of just, furthering my career there and all that. But what was the key highlight there while I was in Botswana, Tsungi, was I then also delved in the radio space.
Oh.
Yeah, so I worked for Gabs FM as well.
Gabs, I like that. Gabs FM.
Yes.
Nice, that sounds nice.
That was also a very interesting ride. What it did for me is that when I eventually decided to come back to Zim, it was then easier to plug into ZFM, which I then worked with to bring up the station and, position it well.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's so much. See, I told you that there's so much in her. How long were you there in Botswana?
In Botswana, I was in Botswana for 7 years.
7? And you moved with your family, or you?
I moved with my family.
Okay.
I moved with my boys in particular because Pastor G's work was very much in
Based
Zimbabwe.
here. But it's close. Botswana is
it's close. So he used to come every month, to check on us and all that.
Oh, that's okay.
But the boys were in school there while I was working in there. But our move back to Zimbabwe was actually pushed by the fact that we needed to be in the same place as a family.
Okay, as a family.
Yeah.
Did the boys learn Setswana?
Well, they used to do it as part of their curriculum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like here, you have to do Shona.
Yes,
up to a certain level.
Exactly, up to a certain level. So they knew basics.
Okay.
And also because in the schools that they were at, the other children, because there would be Tswanas in there, they would have to learn, to communicate, Yeah.
But if you're thrown in that space, you're kind of forced to learn.
Yeah. And
language, which is a
kids
good
learn
thing.
fast
Oh, they
as well.
do. They
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Okay, 7 years.
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite a long time.
It was quite a long time.
Yeah.
It was quite a long
Nice.
time. Yeah. But another thing that I'm also grateful for, Tsungi, and that I'm really grateful for, when I settled back in Zimbabwe, was I got an opportunity to be CEO for the Zimbabwe Advertising Research Foundation.
Okay.
I
don't think I've heard of that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically the organization that was in charge of all the stats, the national stats you would hear about. When you'd hear Star FM or ZFM or even, your ZBC station saying, we're the most listened to. We are the most read newspaper. that was the organization
They
that
did the
would have done.
research.
They did the
Okay.
research
Okay.
and provided those stats.
Is that related to Zimstats? No,
No,
that's something
it's
else.
not related to
It's not related to
SimStats,
that.
but it was basically a member-based.
For media.
Yeah, for
Okay,
media.
for media.
Yeah, for
Okay,
media
okay.
and corporates.
Okay.
Because a lot of the corporates would actually say, we won't work on our strategy until we know where we should be spending our money. And basically the listenership would tell you who's listening to this radio station, what time, and who exactly. Yeah.
Well, it makes
so-
sense for strategy because it will
Yeah.
inform your strategy that,
It
okay,
would.
so let's focus this, oh, there's a gap here or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. So that was a big highlight in my career because I got an opportunity to be providing and driving those stats, and they were very instrumental within our market because you could actually track the trends based on those stats, to see how's the economy doing, because you would see how many people are actually plugging into the media and how many people are not. We would also even track social media to say how popular is WhatsApp, and our penetration in Zimbabwe, WhatsApp, is it on 97%? Who's actually on WhatsApp? Where is it most popular? All those stats, and so they would always have a big audience because everybody needed them in order to know how to position their products
that
and
makes
all
sense.
that. Yeah. So that was a big highlight. It also saw me have opportunities to represent Zimbabwe in countries like Nigeria,
Oh, wow.
Mauritius,
Nice. Wow.
Cape Town, just presenting those stats
nice.
to various other African countries. And it was
It must be
quite
exciting. Traveling is
it
also
was-
nice with your work.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
traveling
yeah.
is good. And I always say, every time you travel, your exposure is broadened.
is,
Yeah,
it is.
because you're meeting people with different perspectives. And in this case, you're learning from other African countries how they are managing things. You're bringing in a perspective of your own country. So that was interesting.
I
Yeah.
love that because learning is not just about books. You
Yeah.
actually learn more out there, interacting
You
with
do.
people and traveling.
You do
So
actually.
that's really great.
You really do, yeah. And another, interesting highlight that I want to just, focus on and thank God for is the space within the women's space, in terms of empowering women.
Oh, yes.
What I found, Tsungi, is that every time I hung out with women and I got an opportunity to either just share what I know or just chill with them, I found that I always had, this desire to share what I know with other women. And I always had this desire to always just, find ways of adding value to the next woman, So that led me to starting a platform that is called Audacious Women.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that word, audacious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
audacious.
It's like
And-
dare to or something.
Yeah, it's like being bold enough to step out
Wow,
of your
audacious
shell.
women.
Yeah,
Wow,
being
wow.
bold enough to just step out of your shell and being bold enough to be who God has called you
Wow.
to be.
I love that. I love that. Well
And
done for that.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Tsungi.
yeah.
And Tsungi, one highlight about that Audacious Women that I, really treasure is just the fact that I have this drive in me that says, you know what, it's not good for us to go back. In Shona, we would say, in English, would interpret that and say, when we're born, we all have our fists like this.
that,
yeah. And this is representative of the gifts that God has given us.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
And while we are alive, the time that we're given to be here on earth, we're supposed to gradually do this
Wow, I love that imagery.
and unleash the giftings that were, that we came with when we landed on this earth.
So you're not supposed to stay like this.
No, you're not supposed
Slowly.
to die like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a
So
powerful,
that drive,
powerful imagery.
Yeah. So that drive for me is just every time I get an opportunity to share with other ladies, I always just give that illustration to say, we're supposed to leave everything that we came with in terms of the gifts here on earth. And when we don't do that, we're enriching the graveyard.
You're on point.
Yeah.
That is so true. It
Yeah.
reminds me of that phrase, die empty.
Exactly.
Die empty.
Die empty, yeah. And when I think about us enriching the graveside, you go there and you see so many people who are gone, and you actually wonder, did they get to fully be unleashed while they were alive? Or did they come back with amazing gifts that were going to change the world, but they just went back with them?
They went back. They didn't step out. They were not audacious.
They were not audacious.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That would be such a pity, though.
Yeah.
Because it means people missed out on
exactly.
parts of you.
Exactly. So I find that with the Audacious Women, I've been able to, find pockets to be able to encourage women and just continue to help them become a better version of themselves. Yeah, just by simply encouraging them from wherever they are, whether it's at ideas stage or they're actually running a little business, and you're helping to take them to the next step. Yeah, so in that particular initiative, I normally partner with corporates. Okay. So in my past events, this year is actually our 5th year as Audacious Women.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well done.
So we're celebrating our 5th year. But what we've done in the last 4 years is that we've partnered with, corporates like Old Mutual, like ZB Bank, like National Foods, and the Nicaragua Embassy. Just recently.
Embassy. Now that is very unique. Tell me more about that.
Yeah. So with the Nicaragua Embassy, it's actually last week when we had a big women's event at the embassy where we called...
Oh, they have an embassy here?
Yes,
Nicaragua?
They do.
It's just one of those countries you don't hear about.
Yes, you don't hear about so much. But I tell you, the ambassador who was assigned, she just took on the assignment from late last year. She is on fire.
Oh, wow.
And 70%, she actually says that 70% of their ministerial positions are actually headed by women.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we had a big event where we partnered with them last Saturday.
Oh.
And it was just amazing, where we had a whole lot of women coming in to showcase the businesses that they're in.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
And then a whole lot of women coming through to just learn from other experts in terms of just how they can take their businesses further.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you do? So you have like workshops?
We have like workshops, Tsungi, where we actually take time out to showcase skills and then take time out to train them in specific areas,
I see.
Where they may be lacking. And we give them an opportunity also to say, hang on a minute, I don't understand that. Can you, take me back again? Or here's where I am. How do I better manage my business? Yeah.
Wow. Well done. You're doing so much, eh?
Yeah.
Now tell me, you talked about women empowerment. I love that. Now, some people, when they hear that, like especially men, some of them think of feminism or being a feminist. What is the difference?
Okay.
Like being a feminist, or like, are they trying to be like men, or what? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Okay. So for me, I wouldn't call myself a feminist.
Okay.
But I would call myself a women empowerment advocate.
Like empowerment.
Yeah. Okay. Just I'm there not to try and get women to be rebellious or to
or try to be like men.
Or try to be like men or now suddenly we have to be aggressive or whatever. No. I believe that as women, we've been born graceful as women.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have all it takes to just be us and be the best version of us. But along the way, what has happened with a lot of us is that we have actually been distorted in terms of who we are by our circumstances. Sometimes it's how we've been brought up. Sometimes it's just even marriage setups sometimes that can be oppressive in terms of how they are managed. And then a woman actually starts feeling like she's a doormat or she's less than a human being, and they stop believing in themselves and their potential just crumbles.
No self-esteem, no confidence, no self-worth, all that.
All that, And what we found is that sometimes when a woman gets to that level, she literally loses herself. Yeah. And so for me, women advocacy or women empowerment advocacy is all about sifting those positives out of each woman.
I like that.
Sifting those positives and standing next to the next woman and actually just saying to them, hey, you are enough. Hey,
I like that.
you have what it takes to rise to the next level. Hey, you are okay. I can hold your hand. What I know, you can also get to know. And we can cross the finishing line together. Yeah. So that's the angle that I am coming from, And it's totally the opposite from the PhD syndrome, which is the pull her down syndrome. The crab mentality.
I haven't heard of the pull her down.
PhD. The doctors.
Yes, when you said that, I was like, oh, I've got a PhD. Okay, so thank goodness you're not talking about that.
No, I'm not talking
pull
about
her
that.
Down. I must write
Pull
that down.
her down.
The
PhD.
crab one I've heard of. Like, where do you think you're going?
Yeah,
Hello?
where do you think? Yeah,
pull her down.
So
I
pull
like
her
that.
down is like, that phenomenon is just crazy. Yeah.
So I like that because, carry on.
Yeah. So that, so I was going to say that it's totally the opposite of that. So instead of being there to watch the next woman and say, she looks like she's about to go somewhere, let's shoot her down, guys.
And there's quite a lot of that. It's not good.
There's a lot of that.
And I think now is the time, and even from God's perspective, collaboration more than just always competing. There's a time where competition becomes unhealthy, where you need to collaborate and together you can achieve more.
Oh, yeah. And I'll tell you, Tsungi, and I'll be bold and tell, even our audience who are listening to us right now, if you still belong to the camp of the PhDs, you have an issue because we've moved, some of us have moved, in leaps and bounds away from that. This is the season and this is the time where you should be looking at your sister and saying, how can I add value to her?
I love that. I'm all for that. So I love it.
How can I add value to my sister?
Yeah.
How can my sister add value to me? How can my sister actually learn something from what I know?
Yeah.
Wow. And then, the same PhD sector is also the VDPs.
all these abbreviations.
VDPs. Yeah. The VDPs are the very draining people.
Oh my gosh. You want to stay away from those people.
Yeah.
It's either somebody boosts your energy or they drain you. It's one or the other.
Exactly. So negative energy. So all I'm saying, Tsungi, is that as women, we can do better. As women, we can literally go further together. If you want to do something and just go somewhere, you can do it as an individual. But if you want to go really far, do it together with others. And you will go further.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So that's what I would say. And then, maybe just to touch a little bit also in terms of the fitness side.
Yes, I want to hear that because every time I look on your status, I always see it. I'm like, wow, she is so fit. She's putting us all to shame. You're always doing these things. Tell us. Yeah.
So fitness for me has been, like I told you, I used to be an all-rounder. Yeah. So fitness for me has always been like that passion, which is I don't overdo it, but I do it because I actually enjoy it. Yeah. Okay. I love, just the endorphins in terms of the happy feeling you have after working out. So when I'm working out, it's not for the next person,
it's for yourself.
And it's not for me to look better than anyone else, but it's for me. Exactly. My key drive is to say, just have my system functioning well.
And that's important.
Yes.
So that you're alive, and live longer and all that and healthier.
Exactly. So I love to just have a good feeling after exercising. And then I love the fact that it's a form of self-care.
It is.
It's a form of self-care.
It is.
And so for my main drive also when I'm talking to other women, Tsungi, is that I'm always saying, look, if you're over 50,
yes.
Oh, by the way, you don't look a day over 30.
Thank you, my sister.
Yeah,
you don't either.
Oh.
But you don't think you're over 50. Okay, well, we shan't tell. But you look nice.
This is
She looks nice.
we shall talk off the camera.
Afterwards, yeah, but you look good. You look so good.
Really?
I think it's all the exercising and
Yeah.
your good vibes, your positive energy.
True.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Tsingi, for that. Yeah, so I just like to encourage other women to say, it's not about you doing boxing, and I love boxing. I love
I heard
boxing.
it's good for arms. Oh, is that true?
Boxing is good for arms,
Yeah.
but boxing is like, I equate boxing to swimming because it
Really?
works the whole body.
Oh, does it?
Yes. When you're doing boxing, Tsingi, you're moving the upper body. But when you're moving the upper body, you're also moving your legs.
This
you
is
know?
what I.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You
Yeah.
like moving.
You are-
I can just see there. I have
Yes.
visions of Muhammad
Yeah.
Ali and all those people. They used to do that. Okay, I
you
used to
li-
just think it was more for the arms.
No,
Thank
no,
you
no.
for telling
It's
me.
actually a full body workout.
okay.
And so it's a great exercise in the sense that with boxing, you don't have to do it for an hour. You can do it for 15 minutes to 30 minutes and you achieve great results within a very short time. So you don't, it's one of those sports which is intense and you do it for a short time, but you achieve, great results because of the intensity.
And do you do it at a gym or there are places you can go?
So I actually have a, punching bag.
Oh, okay. You can do it at home.
You can do it at home.
Okay, that's cheap.
But I also have a coach,
Okay.
who, whenever I have time, I actually go and do it with him.
So they
just for
tell you
more
what- yeah,
techniques.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But what I also love just about, exercising, and this is a word now for all the women who are 50 and above. It's not about doing the most complex exercise. It's about doing what you like, okay? So the other, exercise that I love is skipping.
Okay.
And why do I love skipping? You don't have to pay every
It's for
time.
free.
It's for free. And you don't need a lot of space. Just here,
Okay.
skip away. You don't need a lot of equipment. It's just your
It's just-
skipping rope.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what does it do for you, skipping?
With skipping, it's also very good cardio.
Okay.
It's very good cardio. It firms your whole, it firms and tones your legs.
Oh, okay.
Firms and tones your arms as well
your whole body.
because you're doing this. Yeah. And as you're doing your skipping, your posture as well is being, managed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the more you do it, the more you actually don't skip like this. You literally can skip this much from the ground.
So it's not as high impact as...
No, it's
'Cause
it's
some
not
people don't
you
want to do
jumping so much. It's
Okay.
not you jumping so
So
much,
much.
but the intensity is in the movement of the arms and the movement of your legs, of your body, in the sense that you're actually lifting up your body. Yeah.
Are you a fitness coach?
Wow. I'm not a certified one,
But you
but
should
I
be,
certainly.
because she knows what she's talking about.
I'm telling you.
Some people just
Yeah.
we don't know.
Yeah, and I've actually just started sharing with groups of women, just from my own fitness journey. Like 2 weeks ago, I was talking to women over 50 and just giving
really?
them
In your forum or somewhere else?
Just at Faith Ministries Church.
okay.
Yeah, just basically teaching them basics to say you can actually exercise while you're on your chair. If you've got the excuse that my legs, Chichi, I can't walk. Welcome, garapa chair pako.
Okay.
There's exercises that you can do with your arms. There's exercise
So
that you
there's
can do
something
just
for everyone.
There's something for everyone.
What about
And-
Pamela? A lot of women are thinking, because a lot of people, it's the tummy area. I mean, we get
Yeah.
it for the legs and for the arms, but as you get older, you're trying to do something for you.
Yes.
Besides, of course, watching what you eat. But
Yeah.
what exercises can you do so that your waist can be toned and all that?
Yeah. So for the waist, again, for the belly, there's several exercises that you can do that help to firm up your stomach, and some you can actually do sitting, while pulling up your upper body and moving your legs. But even uripa chair type.
Is it like Pilates? Because I do Pilates. Is that
Pilates is,
That's okay.
yes.
So that's
Yeah.
one of the ones.
That's
you can do.
one of the ones that you can do.
Okay.
The whole idea, Tsungi, is about making sure there's movement in your body. But the key thing that I will tell you, and that I will tell most of our ladies out there, is consistency.
Consistency, not once a month.
Whatever you choose to do, even if you're going to do 10 minutes of exercise every day,
Then do 10
of your favorite exercise, which may be the ones you find easiest. As long as you're doing it consistently, you will achieve results.
Okay,
Yeah.
consistency.
Consistency is
Whatever
key.
you pick.
Yeah, because the problem with a lot of us is nyobvoche. Start, stop.
Or someone's
Start,
doing this. No,
stop.
let me do that.
Yeah,
They're doing
yeah.
boxing. Oh no, now they're doing
Oh my
Zumba.
God. And before you know it, actually, you are like a yo-yo.
A yo-yo.
And you're actually
you won't
not
achieve
focusing.
anything.
Yeah, you won't achieve
Now tell me,
anything.
because I don't do any of those. I walk. What
But
do you
yet
think
you
about
look
walking?
so good.
Thanks. Thank you.
So
what about
walking-
walking? I was going to say, where do you rate that with all
Yeah.
everything you're talking about? If I don't do any of those, because I like walking.
You like
I'm kind
walking.
Of walking and I'm getting back into my Pilates. I had stopped for a while. What
Okay.
about walking? Will that help me?
So,
that help people
walking,
out there?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll talk to you a little bit about walking. Walking is one of the best exercises.
I'm so happy you said
Yeah.
that, because my
And-
kids
and-
tell me that, Mom, that is not exercising.
No, that is exercise.
Because I don't want to run. I don't
That
want
is
to
no
run, but I want to
walking,
walk.
not even sprinting or jogging. Walking
Okay.
is one of the best exercises.
Ooh, I'm happy to hear that.
Especially for the 50 and above.
Wow, great,
Why?
great.
Because walking also is another exercise that works the whole body. Okay.
And they say you pull in your stomach when you walk, so
Yes.
that will help you as well.
Yes, especially if you pull in your tummy, and every now and then when you're actually walking, if you just pace yourself, you
Okay.
know, like whenever you can brisk walk, not all the time, but you can brisk walk when you can,
Okay.
which is just a bit of speedy walking. But even if you're just walking normally and you time yourself and you say 5Ks or whatever.
And you're just consistent 4 times a week or whatever.
Consistency is the key.
Okay.
Walking is a very, very effective exercise, and walking is also good because it's not high.
For those who don't want high
yeah,
impact.
it's not high impact, so it protects your heels. It protects your
Especially as you get
joints,
older. Yeah.
especially as you get older.
Well,
So
I'm
it's a
happy to hear
very,
that.
very good one. And if you ask me where does it rank, it ranks in the top 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
What
it's
are
very,
the
very
other ones?
good.
Swimming? No?
Yeah.
Walking?
Well,
But it's
there's
somewhere there.
there's several other
There's several other ones,
combinations.
okay.
Yeah, but definitely it's one of the
Great.
prime.
And it's for
prime-
free.
And it's for free, and you can put in your audio there or put in your music there and just have a good. I just find that when you walk, you know, like especially early in the morning, and you come back home, you just start your day in a different way, and it's just especially if you're listening to something, you know, and you're just walking. It's not painful because you can actually keep yourself busy, but it's so good for your body.
It's so good.
Yeah,
So it's just,
really
it's
good.
refreshing. And I would even go as far as to say I would prefer that to being on a treadmill, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a time for that, or if it's raining or
Yeah,
whatever, but I would
yeah.
rather be out there
I'm
where
not-
nature is.
Yeah.
Because that's
by
also
the way,
good for you.
there's something good about just that fresh air
Yes.
out here. And especially the fresh air right in the morning before it's polluted by all the cars that are coming through.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Do you
I'm
get
gonna
what
have
I'm
to
saying?
change the way I
It's
think, because I've
actually
tended to walk
fresher.
end of day, but you're saying
Yeah.
in the morning.
If you can, in the morning, it's even better,
better.
because the air is cleaner.
It's cleaner.
It hasn't yet been polluted by all the
Very interesting.
carbon monoxide
Okay,
from the
okay.
cars. Yeah. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, so that's something I'm grateful for. When I'm exercising, I actually just thank God and say, Lord, thank you for the ability to move my limbs, because there's somebody out there who can't actually,
They
there's
can't.
somebody out there who's never walked. They're on a wheelchair. They were born that way. And so it's little things sometimes that we need to take time out, pause,
And thank
and just
God.
say thank you to God.
The little big things.
The little big things.
Because
you
some
know.
people can't walk unaided.
Oh yeah,
And,
yeah.
you know,
Some
and-
people can't. Some people can't. So it's those little things, and so for me, it's just been awesome because Tsungi, you just made me, take out my whole full, band of attitude of gratitude.
I like
Yeah.
the attitude of gratitude.
Yeah,
Now, do you
yeah.
ever combine your fitness with your women empowerment workshops? I was going to ask. That sounds like something that would be just wonderful. I'm sure you do.
Yeah, sometimes I do. Sometimes we'll just, have a session within let's say we're having a workshop that's 3 hours. We'll have a session maybe of 30 minutes where we're showing ladies various moves, and we actually say, get up and let's do it together. And it's just like a fun session, but not only are you demonstrating to them, but you're also getting them to participate. And it's just like a fun bit.
Okay, nice.
Sometimes we even get Pastor G to come through and sing. While he's singing, we're showing the ladies, some moves, to take away, with them.
Yeah, and I know he's into fitness as well.
Yes,
because I watched a journey over years, and he's also very much inclined.
To date, he's actually lost 93 kgs.
93 kgs?
Yeah, whoa, in the last 3 years.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah,
that's very motivational for a lot of people.
It is. Yeah. He's actually really. It has become a movement because there's so many people that have been inspired that are now following him and saying, can you share with us hints and tips of how you've done it? And he's been, coaching them literally.
Oh, wow. Do you ever exercise together, or your activities are just different? The things that you do?
Our activities are completely different.
Okay.
We live together, so hey, free us on the activities. He can do his thing, I'll do mine.
You do yours. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Pamela, thank you so much. What can you say, parting words to the audience, just something to motivate them?
Well, I think my parting words to the audience would be, we come into this world loaded, and the only thing that we have power over is the dash between the time that we are actually born and the time that we leave this earth. And so my challenge is to say, what are you doing with that dash? Are you being the best version of yourself? Are you unleashing your gifts that God has put inside you? What is it that you're doing every day to make a difference, not only in the sphere of influence where you are, but even in your family, even in your community, and even just saying, these things in terms of gifts come easy to me. How am I using them to help the next person? Or how am I using them to influence and change the world? So those would be my parting shots. Make your life count and live. Don't be that person who is buried at 80, but they stopped living at 30. If you are alive, make sure that you live and live fully. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Pam. Wow. You've given us a lot to think about.
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to give us details of where women can reach you, like if they want to be part of this movement, this audacious movement, or they want to get a hold of you, anything like that? Will you be able to give us? And I can put it at the end of the video.
Sure.
Okay, thanks. We look forward to that.
Yeah, so I will share those details with you, and you can share with your network.
Great. Well, thank you. Thank you for making the time. I have no doubt with all those responsibilities that you are very busy. So thank you for coming and making the time to bless us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I've enjoyed my time here.
I have as well. I wish we'll have you back again sometime.
That'll be awesome.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching till the end. Now, if you haven't subscribed, I would encourage you to do that and to switch on that notification button. Join the family. Do share this video with other people who were not able to watch. Remember to like and to comment. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.